Today, every new fact we learn about GTA 6 makes it worse and worse. This is CheckPoint. Welcome to CheckPoint, where we're grappling with the notion that the Persona 4 remake looks the same as we remember it.
And that can't be true because it came out 20 years ago.
I don't think our brains are okay.
Speak for yourself. 2007 is going to be my year, baby. Breaking news! Owlcat Games have rolled back their standalone launcher for Warhammer 40k Rogue Trader. Isn't this show weekly?
Oh, right.
Breaking news. Okay, breaking news! Owlcat Games have announced and released a standalone launcher for Warhammer 40k Rogue Trader. They say it will become the home for this and other Owlcat titles as a hub for players to stay up to date on the latest news and game content all in one place. Critically, players will not be required to use it. Okay, and breaking news, players have reacted very badly to the introduction of Owlcat Games' new launcher for Warhammer 40k Rogue Trader, offering criticisms such as, it should be opt-in rather than opt-out, it's more useless bloat on players' computers, and most critically, it's bugged in some hilarious way where users can't actually launch Rogue Trader from the launcher because the launcher thinks the game is already running. And now, right, yes, breaking news, yada yada yada, Owlcat Games has released a statement saying, Lord Captains, we hear you, and we are rolling back the launcher. The game will now revert to the previous patch, completely removing any launcher-related changes. Thank you for your feedback, and genuinely sorry for the frustration caused. So, a busy week for Owlcat Games, and now that you're caught up, Owlcat is too, to the breaking news that nobody wants an app launcher in 2026.
Hideous news out of Bungie today, citing how, quote, future projects are still in early incubation, despite how, quote, Destiny 2 fell short of expectations these past several years. Bungie's leadership has elected to lay off a still unknown number of staff, calling the action a reduction in force. Our best wishes go out to all those affected workers and other unspecified wishes to those whose decisions led to these multi-year shortfalls. With Destiny 2's final update now in place, Bungie devs are sharing some of the game's paths not taken, including a dating sim. Emerging from the in-house Carnival prototyping jam and repeatedly championed and presented by a small group of dedicated devs, the mode was always rejected by management. In only coincidental agreement with Bungie leadership, a Destiny dating sim might have not been the best idea, not for gamer reasons, but because gamers are not remotely in Mara Sov's league. First off, 10% of Guardians are named something like Anna Bray's Mida multi-tool. Secondly, as a character, the Guardian is a loot-obsessed murder machine who says like 5 words a year, and none of them are "tell me about your day." Mara Sov is an interstellar explorer turned queen who returned from heaven to fight for the mortal universe. She's half Lucifer, half Feanor. She summons Shax to read Shakespeare and dismisses Toland for plagiarizing Cormac McCarthy. The Guardians' Christmas cookies have to be collected and returned to their next of kin because technically they're a form of mass grave. You are not dating Mara Sov. Not only is she the only person you're not dating, Zavala and Ikora are too professional to engage in inappropriate behavior with direct reports. Crow is a little young for you, don't you think? Hawthorne repeats herself. Saint 14, Sloane, and Devrim are married. Shax is married to the game. Petravenge is also not dating Marasov, and maybe you two could bond over that, but it's no basis for a relationship. Spider has people for that. Varix insists he doesn't need to blow his nose. Everyone knows the Exo Stranger would snap you like a twig. Nimbus has 6 years left to live. Eris and Drifter have worked too hard to be broken up for your amusement. Shaw Han is the Cosmodrome's resident kindergarten teacher and is therefore narratively obligated to fall in love with a high-powered attorney visiting home for the holidays. Saladin doesn't need a date, he needs therapy. You had best stay the fuck away from Failsafe, and the Hive cryptoglyph doesn't have a flared base. That leaves Rahul. Go get him, Tiger.
Valve's long-awaited gaming console is finally becoming real, at what might be the worst possible moment. Contrary to earlier marketing materials, the Steam machine is not going to cost around $750 US. The AI-driven demand for computer parts means the price is going to be $1,049 US, and because there are so few parts available, you won't even be able to straight up buy it for that price. You're going to have to enter a lottery for the chance to buy one. I will now pause so we can all say our daily affirmations. Fuck AI. This objectively sucks, but Valve is doing their best. Scammers and vacuous, artless heathens have ruined the world, and Valve is just trying to prepare gamers for the hard times ahead. This year, we hand in our email addresses and hope to get the chance to spend 40% more than advertised on a new toy. Next year, we'll wait patiently to find out each week whether our allotment of electricity will keep our home cool enough to survive, or if our basic needs will be passed over for the sake of profit. We love Fallout and The Last of Us, right? Why settle for a virtual experience? Now, if you don't win the Steam Machine reservation lottery, but still feel the urge to drain your bank account, the scammers have you covered. Congratulations on your purchase is the new game from developer Minimum Viable Prestige, and it costs $1,000 and has no second thing to learn about. Like an overpriced airport lounge, this game acknowledges that it's too expensive, and that's the point. For your $1,000, you're offered 10 minutes of game. You walk a red carpet with a crowd of journalists cordoned off on one side and see a white wall on the other. The wall is decorated only with the signatures of every other fool parted from their money in a manner both as ancient as the hills and as fresh as the cutting-edge technology required to power it. This game is also a metaphor for our times, but on the bright side, you'll be able to finish it before your electricity cuts out.
After all that excitement of will they or won't they release GTA 6 at a higher than standard industry price, and Take-Two CEO Strauss Zelnick pushing back on that very notion, it turns out the full version of GTA 6 will indeed cost $100 US, with a light version coming in at the industry standard $20 cheaper. They're marketing it differently, of course, but it's hard to see it as anything else. I mean, as Rockstar words it, GTA 6 Standard Edition is $80, and the Ultimate Edition is $100. And we've allowed the industry to typically include some bonus cosmetics with an Ultimate Edition, a special skin or a fancy gun, something that lets you dunk on the haters by signaling that you paid extra for the costume that makes you look like an idiot, whatever. But GTA 6's Ultimate Edition offers 4 guns, 2 costumes, 2 cars, mods for a different car, a motorcycle and canoe, a boat, a unique garage to store your vehicles, 2 apparent side activities, and most annoyingly, 6 in-game stores, 2 clothing stores, 2 auto mod shops, a tattoo parlor, and a hair salon, all with exclusive cosmetics only available there. Those stores will still be in the game for the plebs, but you'll only be able to go into them and use them if you pony up the extra $20. Really feels like Rockstar was just testing exactly how much they could push it before people would be angry. And people are angry about this, but Rockstar could send a professional dog kicker to come to the home of every standard edition consumer and soundly kick their dog, and they'd still sell billions, so I guess who cares anymore? Oh, but also, the archivally minded might care, because there's no physical release of GTA 6. I mean, you can go to a store and buy a thing, but that thing is just a case with a download code in it. Rockstar says it's to prevent leaks, so I look forward to it somehow having no impact on leaks in any meaningful way.
Why do they even care? Leaks also aren't going to stop like a billion people from buying a copy.
I joked about the dog kicker, but I don't think GTA 6 sales would be meaningfully affected if a fractional percentage of buyers fully detonated on purchase. Pre-order.
Pre-order, yeah. Coming up, a pair of Valve enthusiasts have released a version of Half-Life 2 that runs in a browser, in case you need to spend your lunch break hitting a 400th replay of the first hour from a game you've beaten maybe once.
I think that's a universal experience, that there are certain games that you've played like the first hour, couple hours of many, many, many times, even if you've only actually seen it through all the way like once, maybe.
I guess. I'm more of a play it till I finish it, or I give up forever kind of person. And then I probably don't play it again multiple times unless it's like Persona 4, where I played it for like the golden.
I've beaten Final Fantasy 7 2 or 3 times. I've played the reactor mission like
a bazillion times.
So many times. I've played the beginning of Half-Life 2 a whole bunch, Metal Gear Solid.
I guess I've played a lot of the first levels of Tetris.
That's true. I also have done that. That's a great point. Great point. Yeah.
What games have you played repeatedly? Let us know in the comments below.
Tell us below.
Look, I'm driving engagement.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm going to engage with mentioning the authorship today. Nelson did the
Steam Machine
story, which you also did a pass on that story.
I would say I would describe that story as now a perfect high five between Nelson and myself. Although I do want to say that the joke that I want to say is that the joke, this game is like blah, 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 and there's no second thing to learn about it, all Nelson.
That was a very good one. I like that line a lot.
Great.
Cameron wrote the Destiny story about the dating sim, which obviously I think it's a very funny story, which is why we kept going with it.
Yeah, what was going on?
It's very funny.
Accurate.
Yes, and obviously that was written last night, and then this morning Bungie announced all the sweeping layoffs, which are immense and awful, and so we were like, well, we can't not mention it, but we still have this story written, so that's why there's that sort of little preamble there. It's bad. It's looking really bad. It's like half the company. The fact that in their own statement, this was Cam's observation, the fact that in their own statement they were like, well, because any future projects are only in very early incubation, and because Destiny 2 has been doing badly for several years, and it's like, well, then, if it's been doing badly for years, that's when the incubation should have been happening, and you should now be to the point of beginning sincere development of these things.
Yes.
What did you do?
Oh, well, the executives got a lot of cars.
Well, that one guy got a lot of
They
cars.
got a lot of bonuses from Sony.
Yeah.
They got rich.
Pete Parsons, CEO, he's been out for a while. His replacement was not CEO anymore. They were the studio head. He's also out, presumably with a lot of money as well. And yeah, I don't know, a bunch of apparently the layoffs go so far as a bunch of like Sony employees who were in a position of like being. I think people misunderstand what the term supported Bungie. They didn't fire people at Sony who liked Bungie and thought they were neat and supported them. Like support staff at Sony who coordinated with Bungie, right? Because it's like, well, if we're firing half of Bungie, we don't need as many support staff at Sony to communicate with them. Not like they aren't firing people who were fans of Bungie. I just want to. I saw some people
talking about like the people who work at like Sony payroll, whose job it was to manage the Bungie payroll.
Yeah. Like I saw some people. I feel misunderstanding the phrase "staff that supported Bungie." It's not like this is not meant to be. I don't know what the word I'm looking for.
Reprisal, political.
Yeah, or whatever. Punitive. That's the word I was looking for. And then I wrote the other two stories. The GTA 6 thing, that hit yesterday and nobody likes it. You had
to explain it to me because I'm like, this just sounds like cosmetics to me, but I don't play GTA.
So, yeah, it's like ultimately a lot of it is cosmetics. There's a question of like, but what is a cosmetic, right? Like a boat, that's like, I guess, cosmetic, but it is a gameplay piece.
Well, can you get other boats?
You can get other boats, but you won't be able to get
boat.
that boat, which is mechanically different, will function differently in gameplay.
It's faster and has flames up the side.
Probably. There's a couple cars and a couple guns, and like those will actually function differently. But also the fact that it's like an entire hair salon's worth of hairstyle cosmetics is one thing, but the fact that it's at a store in the game, and in your game, if you bought the regular version, the store is there. You just can't go in it unless you paid extra.
But you can see other people with the hair you could get inside.
Yeah, and so it's like that's why I led with the story being like, well, it turns out GTA actually is $100, but there's a light version for $80 because people are like, well, this is not an ultimate edition. This is just the edition that didn't have stuff cut out to be gated.
I'd like to make a marketing suggestion to Rockstar if I'm able to. I think that what you should do is you should say, oh my goodness, we hear you is bad. And you should just release the game as it is for $80 as a gesture of goodwill. Then spend a year, add one minor side character, a few cosmetics, and then resell it again full price, but just put the golden at the end of it, and nobody will question it. Everybody will be like, great, I will buy that game again. It's worked for Atlas for like a bazillion years, Rockstar. Instead of getting an extra $20, you can get an extra $100. Like, this is just how it works now. Give the extra character some jumblies or like a thick, big booty or whatever. Make it so everybody can objectify them, and you're laughing all the way to the bank.
It's funny because like they're doing this classic GTA thing again. This is another thing that upsets people, where it's not coming to PC right away. It's only coming to consoles, which always used to be the case. Like, it took GTA 5 a year more to come to PC, which for a lot of people means buying it twice. And so, like, that's based. They're
already on the Atlas track.
Yeah, so they don't need to do this Ultimate Edition nonsense.
Yeah.
In fact, I think there's gonna be like day one downloadable stuff that you can buy. They're not content with merely a lot of the money. They need all of the money.
Well, are you gonna buy it?
Probably not. I mean, I like GTA. I like the GTA series, but like
you can't really play it with Penelope around.
No.
And she will be like, what's this open world game? Because she does love an open world game.
That's true. The Pokemon or the Zelda, any of those. And then what was the other story I wrote? Oh, yes, right, the Allcat Games thing. That's just funny. They're like, we're launching a launcher, and everyone was like, we hate this. And a day later, they're like, we're rolling it back. Yeah, that's very
launchers.
Sad. Nobody likes them. Actually, back to GTA real quick. There's two companies in the U.S. that like part of their whole sort of ethos is like physical media. They're game retailers. They're franchises. They're not like GameStop, but they're franchises. They have multiple locations, and they've two of them have both said like, well, we're not going to carry GTA then.
Because like if you come to our store to buy the physical copy and the physical items, we don't have anything to sell you.
Yeah, it's just a code in a box, so we're not going to do it. And there were some people, I saw some people most people on like, because this was, unfortunately, it was on Twitter, the everything garbage. And some people were like, like, hey, you know what? Heck yeah, good job. Love that you have this is your line in the sand. And some people were like, do you think you're going to affect GTA sales by your like silly protest? And they're like, no, we don't think we're going to have any effect on it really, and we hope the game is successful. We just said we're not carrying it because there's no physical copy. You buy it somewhere else. We don't care. You couldn't like. They were not trying to be like, everyone must cancel GTA. They're saying no, we aren't going to carry it.
I'm sorry. Did you say like pancakes? Therefore, waffles should be force fed to dogs until they die?
What if I'm allergic to beans? Hey, if you're allergic to beans, I'm sorry, but give us money then instead.
No, but
I'm trying to make the segues as abrupt and awkward as possible now.
Does that work for marketing?
I have no idea.
Hey, we appreciate all that you do for us, and any support that you want to throw to us, because it lets us bring you video game news like this. If you're watching on YouTube, thank you so much. I don't think these parts make it to TikTok.
No.
So this is just for you.
Yeah.
We don't have to tell those filthy vertical video scrollers what we said about them.
We got a Patreon. You can become a member on this YouTube channel. There's member shout-outs at the end of this video.
We can hang out and make insults, just us together here.
For a deeper dive on some of these stories, come back for CheckPoint with Paul and Heather. It's normally Paul, Beej, and Heather, but Beej is away this week, isn't he? Is he back tomorrow for CheckPoint?
I don't know.
Okay.
Someone mysterious will be here. Will be beige, covered in a rash.
Who knows?
Could it be somebody else with a rash? God, the possibilities are endless. It might be me. I have a stress rash on my neck.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it's because I'm stressy.
Oh, that's trash. Bye, everybody.
A mustache. No.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
How did that come through the microphone, Paul?
Are you okay?
Yeah, it was fine. It was more loud than anything. This shifted.
Scared the crap out of me.
That was my knee impacting it very mildly, but this hitting against the table.
Oh, I see. Oh, God. Apologies to anyone with ears. Holy...
fuck AI.